Sexual misconduct continues to dominate conversation in Hollywood and beyond, but does an online social movement give a voice to industries outside of Hollywood? I'm Faiza Amin in Toronto with the impacts of the metoo campaign and if it's pushing industries to make social and policy changes.
People have abused power forever in this, not just in Hollywood, in the world.
That was actress Allison Janney commenting on the recent sexual misconduct allegations in Hollywood. Just 3 days ago, that was the same conversation at this building here on Church near Yonge, where Canada's entertainment industry met for an unprecedented meeting. Now, some say it's the two-word hashtag #MeToo that's encouraging these conversations and discussions on sexual misconduct, not only in the film and TV industries, but in all workplaces. Now, the question is, what comes next?
I think the way the campaign has really opened the door for people in different industries to come forward has been particularly powerful and impactful, and I really hope to see that this will lead to some positive changes in terms of policies and even just the way we culturally and socially think about harassment and violence.
The MeToo campaign emerged in October following allegations of sexual assault against a slew of Hollywood's most powerful men: Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, Brett Ratner, to name a few. Experts and advocates credit the two-word hashtag for creating a network of denouncing sexual assault and harassment and empowering its survivors to speak out.
And I was really glad that somebody was finally taking a public stance against the needle.
As City News reported earlier this week, a popular music venue in Edmonton closed its doors indefinitely after sexual harassment allegations were made against the owner, who then faced public backlash. But the hashtag #MeToo also birthed a new movement. Now what?
There's definitely not been the same kind of attention focused on those workplaces. There's still a hesitancy to believe survivors.
Industries here in Canada are responding in their own ways. The country's entertainment industry took a stand late last week with an unprecedented meeting where ACTRA's president told Breakfast Television that together they were taking critical steps in addressing sexual misconduct on sets.
Together we came up with a statement that really demands that we have zero tolerance for this kind of behavior.
And just recently, Canada's largest private sector union, Unifor, called for immediate action after a survey found 48% of female journalists around the world, including in Canada, reported they suffered gender-based violence both in the workplace and on the field.
Also, Maclean's magazine partnered with...
It's a phrase you at home may not know, but for reporters, it's an all too common occurrence. A vulgar phrase shouted while journalists are on air. It happened to City News reporter Cynthia Mulligan on the streets of Toronto this summer. In that same newscast, it happened to me live in a town north of the city. Unifor's report also called for measures to be taken by the workplace, the same call by this Trent University professor who says the workplaces are mandated to have policies in place. More has to be done to make resources readily available for employees.
So these policies are in place, but the problem then becomes what happens when a report is made or an allegation is made. So I think that is where the shift is happening now. So I think the first shift is to change the way we think about harassment and to shift our mindset from one of disbelief to actually believing survivors. And then from there to think about what policies can better encourage people to come forward. So I think we shift the way, what does proof look like, and then also what does support look like for survivors.
And in Toronto, the MeToo campaign is continuing to pick up steam. A MeToo march has been scheduled to take place at Toronto's Queen's Park for next Saturday. According to a Facebook page already, over 1,000 people have signed up to attend.